It's time we've talked about a topic that everyone's heard about but no one really knows: the gender pay gap. Let's start with the question on everyone's mind. Does the gender pay gap really exist? Yes, even though the pay gap has decreased steadily since the 1970s, it has barely budged in recent years. According to the AAUW, at the current rate, the gap won't close for more than 100 years. This means that, on average, women make around 79% of what men make. This is the national pay gap. This gap affects all occupations but differs by state. This table shows the earnings ratio of men to women for each state, as well as the national ratio for 2014. The smallest gap was in Washington, D.C., where women earned 90% of men's earnings, and the largest in Louisiana, where women earned 65% of men's earnings. The gender pay gap exists for all ethnicities. On average, Asian American and white women make more than other races, but have a larger pay gap between men of the same race. Conversely, Hispanic, American Indian, Native Hawaiian, and African American women make less than white and Asian American women, but have smaller pay gap between their male counterparts. Now let's compare the pay of each race respectively to that of a white male. As you can see, the gap is much higher for women of color, ranging from 54% to 63% of men's pay. Okay, well, what happens as men and women age? As you can see on this chart, the pay gap only seems to increase with age, which is the opposite of what a person would think would happen. Alright, by now you must be thinking, surely this won't happen to me if I get my degree. Well, you would be wrong. As you can see by this chart, education has little to no effect on changing the pay gap between men and women. But wait, there's more. While education increases the amount of take-home per week, a woman's race can still affect her pay. As you can see on this chart, a Hispanic woman with the same degree as an Asian American woman will make substantially less. Now an article from the AAUW. This article is about a woman named Jane who found out she was only being paid 30% of what her male coworkers were paid, even though she had more experience and was bringing in more sales than most of them. When asked, Jane was told it was because she was of childbearing age and they didn't want to invest in her, as she could leave. According to the article, the executive also accused Jane of doing inappropriate acts to get such good sales numbers. Ultimately, Jane decided to leave and ended up working for a nonprofit organization. That company lost a great worker. Still not convinced? Here are some current statistics that may help you. Women make up less than 20% of Congress. Women of color make up less than 5%. Just 24 Fortune 500 companies are led by women. Women make up just 12% of the engineering workforce. Black women were paid 63 cents for every $1 paid to a white man. The U.S. is the only industrialized nation that doesn't mandate paid parental leave. Women and men don't have equal rights under the Constitution. In 2015, that's pretty scary, am I right? Carrie was told her company did not negotiate pay. She later found out that those she supervised were making more than she did. Cheryl Hughes lost more than $1 million due to her race and gender during her engineering career. Maxine Lamp was denied head of the household pay due to her gender and marital status. Rashima Danielle was studying law and was told by another woman lawyer that as a woman of color she wouldn't make any money, so there was no point in trying. Anastasia wasn't informed that you could negotiate pay when she hired into a new job. She found out men with less education were making more than she did. Ellie Setzer and other female co-workers stood up for equal pay in the 1970s. A man who didn't have a degree and less responsibility than them was making 1.5 times more than the female lead. They later received a pay raise due to their actions. Eileen Rizzo found out that a new hire was making more than she did. After going to HR and being denied raise, she filed a lawsuit because she did not want her daughters to feel the same way that she had. So why did I choose this topic, and why did I choose it now? Well, I wanted something that was current, shocking, and most importantly, ongoing. I also wanted something I could relate to, and that my family and loved ones could relate to. Something that was tangible and definitely real to all of us. I feel as though no one should be treated subpar or feel that way no matter their race or gender, because that is not what defines a person's worth. If I had the power, I would grant women full equality once and for all. I would also do as the AAUW suggests and demand companies do salary audits. I would also do as the AAUW suggests again and require workshops for women so they can negotiate for higher pay. I would like to thank the American Association of University Women. Without them, this presentation would be nothing because all of their information was so useful. If everybody would like, I would like you to visit www.aauw.org for more women's issues topics. Thanks so much for watching.